Okay. I think we're live now. And let me see. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Typical Skeptic Podcast. I have a returning guest with me today. She's going to do a healing session with us today. I just labeled it Violet Flame. I'm not sure if that's what it is. Okay, because I didn't have a lot of time today, but it's going to be a really intense healing session. That's one thing. So I figured you guys will enjoy this. I have with me Zara Starchild. She's returning to my show for a healing session designed to assist star seeds, empaths, and light workers, clearing dense energies, transmuting karmic residue, and aligning deeper with your higher self. During this pivotal time, Zara is known for her soothing, powerful transmissions and work helping audiences clear cords and ancestral patterns and energetic attachments that hinder soul growth. And you guys can participate live. Make sure you're not driving, So, and yeah, but thanks for coming back on. How are you?
I'm great. And thanks for having me back on. This is exciting. So I've been wanting for like the last 6 months, I've been wanting to do something like this where I'm actually like demonstrating this modality so people can actually see like kind of behind the scenes what happens in a Violet Alchemy healing session, because it's really very profound. And so I'm going to start off with saying that each and every session is unique to who is in front of me. So, and what their particular, whatever's coming up for them. So there's a lot of coming into the session with feeling stuck, energies blocking, or past residue of trauma, experiencing heaviness, depression, anxiety, those kinds of things. But there's also a whole other side of this where people who have done a lot of healing already, but they're wanting to move forward in their life or expand in their life. Like, for instance, we're going to be working on whatever it was that you were saying is in your back or your shoulder and any energies that you've got going on in your place. But another particular topic that we could talk about, Rob, in another session would be like expanding the reach of your podcast, expanding the reach of your public, the public seeing you, public recognition. You know what I mean?
So I definitely need that. I've been talking about that lately.
One end, and then empowerment is another end. Yeah. And the healing obviously has to happen first. Get clear the blocks and all of the limitations about what's holding us back. And then we start doing empowerments and really start to clear stuff to help the forward movement and expansion that much easier.
Yeah, I don't know if I told you this. I had my old YouTube channel. I had over 20,000 subscribers, and then they took me down. So I have 3,000 on the new one, and I have 3,000 on Rumble. But then I have a lot on followers on social media too. But like, it's just like it's like you're exactly right. It's like getting out there and trying to get seen again, because like it's been like a rebuilding year.
Yeah. Why did they take you down? Just curious. Did they give a reason?
They take a lot of people in our community down. They took down the Journey to Truth podcast. They took down me. They took down Laura Eisenhower. They took down Miles Johnston. It seems like anybody who's talking about like serious shit, they take down. They took down Crystal for Good Knowledge News. I don't know. It's like it seems to be they don't really like our community too much. But then they'll let like a lot of mainstream UFO narrative people like kind of push their agenda, But like anybody who's talking about like a lot more serious stuff, they seem to want to censor. That's what I think, though. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't have enough experience to know what's up and what's down and what's upside down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So today we're gonna move into a Violet Alchemy healing. So let me just talk a little bit about it, and then we're going to ask you some questions about what's going on in your life, and why, because we were going to do this session a week or two from now, but Rob said he's got some serious stuff going on, so I was like, let's just bump it up. So basically, the how this looks on the outside is I'm going to be using this pendulum here. This is called an Isis pendulum. And I'm going to be asking questions. First, I'm going to set the sacred space, and then I'm going to ask questions. And the questions are, do we need to clear and resolve? Do we need to integrate, anchor? Do we need to empower, enlighten? Do we need purification? Yada, yada, yada. And when the pendulum says yes to one of those questions, then we go down that path to completion. And then we come right back to the questions again. So clearing
Okay.
and resolving is karmic wounds, vows we might have made in past lives, cords we might have with people, places, circumstances, highlighted memories. The integration, anchor, and empowerment is all about bringing more of your soul's light into your physicality, or empowerment's more about building your spiritual current and building your spiritual body. And then purification is cleansing the auric field of any external energies, like gnarly mosquito kind of beings that are draining. So that's kind of what it looks like on the outside. You're going to hear me speaking in light language. That sounds like gibberish. My understanding is that it's more like a sound healing, and it helps the energy to move more efficiently through the energetic field.
Yeah, this is so cool. I'm so excited for this, by the way. And I just want to thank you. Like, I think the audience is excited. A lot of my, regular people are in the audience, and they, they, I think they're excited for this too. So, thank you. This is really cool.
It's my pleasure. I'm excited too. So, so tell me what was going on for you this week. You said you had some issues with your back.
Well, it's been going on for like 2-3 months on and off, and then I seem to like clear it, but then it seems to come back. It's like an entity attachment. It seems like it's like an energy that like nests in my back, but then sometimes it can lock around my ear. Sometimes it was in my head, and then I've had to learn how to do like spiritual warfare against it, like to like fight it off, And I've got it off my face and head pretty much for the most part, but it's still like nesting in my back. Like I can still feel it there. And I have a feeling it's affecting my apartment too. I think like anybody that kind of comes in the apartment gets affected, honestly, And then yesterday I had an infection in my eye, and I was wondering if the entities were like messing with my eye at night, because they're on this bed here, like they're like still, like when I go to bed at night, I can feel things moving around on the bed. And I'm like, is that my imagination? Like, am I able to perceive more now? I'm like trying to figure out what's going on. I'm like, why is it when I lay down, I feel things moving on the bed? It feels like bumps come up off the bed, and it feels like bumps come off my pillow. Like something's alive. You know what I mean? Like something's alive in the bed, but like, but it doesn't do it. I've never seen anything. I've never seen like anything like crazy. I've never seen any projections of anything. I just sense energy. So it's not really scary. It's just really annoying when you're trying to sleep at like 1, 2, 3 in the morning, and you feel some bumps coming off the bed. You're like, what is this? So I'll just like elbow it, and that actually gets it to stop, believe it or not,
Okay. Interesting. Cool. So explain to me what the feeling, sensation, or perception is of the energy nesting in your back. What does it feel like, or how are you perceiving
it just feels like an energy that like is on my back. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know how to explain it.
Are you feeling like a stabbing pain? Are you feeling like a muscle knot? Are you feeling like a cold or siphoning? What kind of experience is it?
It's just like an energy, it gravitates there underneath the left shoulder blade and around the middle of my back. Maybe it might have left now. I don't know. I'm hoping it. But it seems to come back sometimes. Like the last few days, it's went away. Like so.
Well, did you use that prayer?
I did.
Protection prayer.
Yeah.
You did use it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's going to be your thing for right now. Yeah. So a lot of what I do with the healing session, we do the healing work, but I also do like the training work, whereas here's the force field of protection prayer. So use this, and amazingly, this stuff works, right? And then you have this kind of sense of empowerment, because the fact of the matter is, especially when we're talking about entities, is they don't actually have any power over us. we are sovereign creator beings. And so when we start to claim that empowerment for ourselves, we have the authority to tell them to fuck off.
Yeah. I know, but like when I had it at my worst, I tried doing that and it didn't listen. You know what I mean? It just kept, you know.
Yes. I mean, sometimes we need to call in some help, like the angels.
Yeah.
All right.
But I know what you mean. Yeah. Like, it's like, yeah, it's, yeah. So, I mean, but like over the past few days, it hasn't been like, you know, it's weird. Like it'll go, sometimes it feels like it's there and then I'll go for days where I don't get bothered, you know? So I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. I worked with a woman for years. She came in with a really serious energetic attachment, and she imagined that it was a jinn. And and over the years of working together, there was like it kind of just unwrapped and unwrapped and unwrapped and unwrapped, and there was like, it was very interesting, all of the different details that was going on with it. But she is like, she's gotten over it. So basically, my interpretation of this experience for her was that there was actually something that was calling her into a greater empowerment of her being. And so through the process of fighting this entity, she took up yoga, she took up meditation, she took up healthier lifestyle, she did this, that, and the other thing, she took up classes and stuff. And so it was basically like it was a horrible suffering that she had to go through, but ultimately it drove her into these practices where she became very, very empowered, and now she's clearing entities for others.
It's amazing.
And she's not having that anymore. Yeah. But there was a lot of internal stuff that she had to move through, childhood sexual abuse. A lot of entity attachment is related to childhood sexual abuse, when the boundaries of your identity are broken by somebody that you trust. And it kind of like opens the energetic boundaries for energetic attachments and such.
Yeah.
All right. So anything else you want to share about this before we get right into it?
No, I mean, I never had any kind of like abuse. I had a really good childhood. You know what I mean? I had good parents, good family, and I'm not saying that. Yeah, but I mean, I've never had any like sexual abuse or any abuse. Period. You know.
Yeah, I'm not suggesting that's the only way. I mean, I've had energetic attachments myself, and I've never had. I'm just saying that hers was an extreme case because it lasted for years.
Okay.
To clear a lot of that stuff out so that she could feel empowered enough to say no.
But one thing you brought up is I've had a lot of trauma. I've had a lot of real 3D trauma. You know, like really intense stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, from what I know about it, and I'm not like I'm not big into energetic. My calling isn't big into energetic entity clearing, although that is a tool, one of my tool sets. I'm really more about teaching people how to become their best self energetically. But the entity stuff, I mean, anybody can get an energetic attachment. They're like mosquitoes out there. But they swarm around these kinds of energies, these darker energies or parasitic energies. They'll swarm around places where people's energetic fields are weak. So hospitals, graveyards, bars, like where people are doing a lot of alcohol and drugs. When we do alcohol and drugs, like it's almost like we're opening doors and windows in our auric field. Especially like the harder drugs, like cocaine is like, yeah, everybody come on in. It's like opens the door right up. Alcohol, the reason the Native American people called alcohol spirits was because literally people become quite possessed sometimes by these entities when they're drinking alcohol.
Yeah, like when they have a blackout, it seems like they can get possessed, right?
Yeah, I've seen. I had a boyfriend once who would have a couple beers, and I'd literally see it was like something flicked in his eyes, and he would like be a different person.
Wow.
It was a little creepy.
Yeah, that is. That's it. That's yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. I think that's exactly what happens when people, when people drink, like when they black out. It's like an invitation for spirits to like possess your body. And then
Yeah.
people wonder why they do crazy shit when they're drunk. You know.
Right. Right. Yeah. There's Santeria, I think. This same person, this same boyfriend, was into Santeria for a while, and I never went to any of the ceremonies, but he shared that they would often drink at these ceremonies, and then the people would be inhabited by the ancestors, their ancestors. And so he said he watched his uncle drink an entire bottle of straight alcohol under possession and then act completely normal, not drunk at all. And then they
Wow.
do readings and healings on people, but it's a darker kind of fear-based protection. You need to protect yourself, kind of. I'm not going to say a lot about it because I don't really know, but this is just information that he gave me.
That's so interesting, though. Yeah, that's
It was
interesting.
interesting. Yeah. All right. So shall we
What are you
rock?
drinking? That looks good.
What's that?
What are you drinking? That looks good.
It's iced coffee. It's so good.
I love coffee. I drink it all day long.
Me too. Me too. Me too. All right. Let's get to it. Do you want to lay down, Rob?
I can just sit here, like if that's better, because you know why? Because the microphone's here and I can't drag the microphone over there, and you might not be able to hear me over there, but I can get in a meditative state here if that's okay.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Then you'll be able to see me better too, and you can kind of gauge,
Yeah. All right, cool. So we're gonna get into it. I'm just gonna do this as I would a normal session, everybody. And you're gonna get to watch behind the scenes. So fun. All right, so just to let you know, I've got a bit. This is like psychic forensics. This is like healing forensics. So I'm using the pendulum, asking the questions. I got a whole bunch of material here that I use to resource information and guidance in regards to what we're doing, where we're going, what we're bringing in. It just makes things easier. And I go really fast. I speak really fast. I go really fast just to get as much as I possibly can in the time that we have together. So let's begin.
Okay. Do I need to close my eyes or anything, or just?
In a bit, I'll ask you to close your eyes, but you can keep your eyes open for now. Yeah. Okay, so dear Mother, Father, God, we call upon you as the one, the giver of life, the creator of all. We come to you in service and surrender, but also as co-creator, for your will is our will is thy will. And together we bring forth the new earth, for all resides in true divine harmony. We are forever surrounded by beauty, abundance, grace, and joy. We stand in truth. We see the God, Goddess, in all. And we see the God, Goddess, in all, and we radiate the love of our I Am presence throughout all eternity. Amen. Aho. We call forth now a Violet Alchemy transmissional temple to be anchored over both Rob and myself into the heart of Mother Gaia, with the capstone open to the heavens. We invite and invoke our guardian angels, spirit guides, higher councils, ancestors through the many lineages, and the enlightened masters and mothers of the Buddha Christ consciousness. We call on all those who sit on karmic board, archangels and angels of the violet flame, to come forward through the Violet Alchemy Group heart to assist and support, offering the highest frequencies of love, light, healing, and karmic absolution. Through the power of God's source and our divine presence, we invoke the power and grace of the many enlightened masters and mothers of the cosmic Christ and the Council of Purification to join in full co-creation through the Violet Alchemy Temple and Group Heart. May the Violet Alchemy Temple be activated and aligned within us and around us, and may all the great divine director and Archangel Michael's activations and gifts be in full restoration in this now moment. For the exponential power of the divine to be in full authority now and always, we ask for full forgiveness, transmutation, liberation from the chakra system, all energy bodies, and the DNA. We ask that the protection protocol be given and sealed by Archangel Michael's sword to protect each one we serve. We call in the purification of the great divine director, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, Sananda Christ, Lady Isis, and Mother Gaia to surround us, protect us, and to bring forth the highest gifts. Amen. Aho. We ask for full transparency of this healing session with the audience. We ask for full protection to be anchored within and around each audience member as they listen to this recording, live or in the future. Beloved ones, we set the sacred intention to assist and support Rob to clear, cleanse, purify any and all energetic interference upon his physical health, mental health, emotional health, his home, his room, his bed, asking for any additional healing, clearing, energetic empowerment to support Rob's highest good, highest healing, highest expansion, and deliverance of his divine gifts on earth. We offer this healing session up to the guides to deliver that which is for Rob's highest good in this now moment, whatever that may be. Beloveds, may we offer Rob healing. Is he ready, willing, and able to receive? Am I ready, willing, and able to facilitate? Is it okay that we're doing this live on recorded? Okay. Is it okay for people to listen? Okay. All right. Do you wish to clear and resolve? Do you wish to clear and resolve? That's a yes on the beginning. So negative karmic, negative programs, karmic wounds we have. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6. Okay. So 6 karmic wounds.
And I don't want to knock you out of your concentration, but what exactly is a karmic wound?
Okay, great question. So a karmic wound is an experience that the soul has had and did not have the ability to process it. All right, so let's use this as an example. Let's say, that when we were born, our mother gave us up for adoption. The baby feels a sense of abandonment automatically, just because they're already bonded to the mom, right? So the baby feels the mother is gone. The baby doesn't have the ability to process its emotions. And if the baby doesn't have the support of another person, like loving it and caring for it and there for it, right, then it's not able to process that emotion. And so what happens is the emotion of abandonment, say. So what happens is that the emotion of abandonment is stored in the cells of the body. The body holds it. Now, when we have a wound like that, what happens is it attracts into our lives more of the same experience or themes, such as abandonment, because the soul is bringing us more and more opportunities to see this wound, heal this wound, and sort of bring our own love to ourself, bring our own sense of safety to ourselves. Now, if the soul is unable to heal that wound in a lifetime, it carries into the next lifetime.
Wow.
And the next lifetime and the next lifetime. And so a karmic wound is a wound that the soul has carried for at least 3 lifetimes.
Wow.
At least 3 lifetimes. So we have past life fragments. What is it? Yeah. Past life fragments, which are the same as karmic wounds, but they just haven't been carried so long.
Yeah.
So a karmic wound, so it has been carried for 3 or more lifetimes. Great question. So let's find out what the themes are, Rob. 6 karmic wound, is that correct? Are there any in the root chakra? Are there any in the sacral chakra? How many in the sacral? 1, 2, 3, 2 in the sacral chakra. So I'm just going to find them all.
Crazy. I know I can feel you. I can feel my body clearing as you're doing this. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Like I can feel things coming off my head. Like I can feel pressure coming off my ears and pressure coming off my head.
I can feel a sense of almost a little bit of like anxiety in my heart chest is what I'm starting to feel. So we'll show you the pendulum here. All right, so we've got 2 in the sacral. Are there any in the solar plexus? Are there any in the liver, gallbladder, spleen chakras? Liver, gallbladder, spleen. Are there any in the heart? 1, 2, 1 in the heart. Are there any in the throat? Any in the shoulders? 1, 2, 3, 2 in the shoulders. So we've got 1 in the heart, 2 in the shoulders, And then there's one more to find. Is it in the throat chakra? Throat. Is it in the brow chakra? Brow chakra, yes. All right, so one.
Wow, you really have a lot of notes, and you really come prepared. And I put, by the way, I put the promo code in the description. I forgot to put it on Rumble, but I will add it. So Zara is I think you guys should all get her services, and she gave you guys a free a $50 coupon if you want to get $50 off your session. The coupon, the website is zarastarchild.com, and then the promo code is TSP Podcast 50. And I'll actually put the whole promo in the I'm sorry, I'll put it in the I'll put it in the comments now, or in the chat. So if anybody wants to book a session from, and I think you guys really should, but sorry, I just wanted to get that, plug in while you.
Thanks. Let's see what you got here first. Here we go. In the sacral chakra, do we have disconnection from or fear of? Is it the ones in the karmic wounds in the sacral chakra? Are they both fear-based? No. Is one of them sexual-based? Is one of them creation-based? Yes. Okay. So fear-based, is it fear of abandonment, fear of loss, fear of loss, fear of loss? Okay. And the second one, is it fear-based? Is it creation-based? So is it suppression or disconnection from co-creative powers, oppression or disconnection from creative power, disconnection from creative power potential? No. Is it on the list? No. Is it creation-based? Okay. All right, guides. What is the karmic wound in Rob's sacral chakra that we are ready to clear? It's a threshold. It's like you can go this far and no further, is what the energy feels like. So you can grow and create up until this particular volume, but your soul won't let you get really, really big.
Yeah, that's what I want. I mean, I don't want fame. I just want recognized for the work I do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I do. I have a good community of people. Of like a lot. They're all my family. They're like friends, and they're all amazing people. But I'd like to be recognized more. Like I was telling someone the other day, there's a podcast just like mine on Rumble, and this guy had like 11,000 followers, and the only thing he was doing different than me, or he had 11,000 people watching the stream, and I had like 50 watching my stream. And I was like, he's not doing anything different than me, so it's like maybe there is something to that, or maybe these platforms pick people who they want to. Anyway, that's it's a whole different conversation.
No, that's okay. So this is it's a block. It's basically like a block to public recognition. It's a block to like it's like you can create to the point where you feel comfortable, but you can never create to the point where you are like filthy rich. The difference, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a sense of limitation on your ability to create. All right, so let's take a look at the heart chakra. Heartache, heartbreak, grief, loss, sadness, abandonment from others, abandoning oneself, separation from self. Separation from self. Separation from self is one.
Oh, I wanted to tell you. So I had some trauma in 2010, which like really changed my life. And then I had trauma about 2 years ago. I went through a really bad breakup where I thought this girl was like the love of my life. And, it ended up like ending really badly. And that was really traumatizing. But then what happened in 2010 is I had a guy jump in front of my car and kill himself.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was found innocent. He was he was like at the bar all day. He was saying he was going to kill himself or kill someone else. And it's interesting. Like I felt something hit the right backside of my car. It's almost like he speared himself into my car. Like wrestlers do that spear thing. You know what I'm talking about? Like, well, that's what it seemed like. And then I got out and I saw a body laying there. And then what was paranormal about it was I saw when I was laying there, I was like in shock, looking at him. I was like, I can't, I was like, nobody's going to believe me that I didn't, that I didn't do this. You know what I mean? That was my first thought. But like, I saw his rib cage go up. And when his rib cage went up, I saw his soul leave his body, I think. And
Wow.
then at that point, I knew. I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "I'm in some shit here," But then, like the media came and like it was crazy. Like media came and there was like ambulances and stuff, and they kind of hid me from the media, which was good, But people can still look this up. It's online, It happened on New Year's Eve of 2010. I'm not embarrassed of it, and I'm not like I don't have any guilt over it because I know I wasn't guilty, but it's still something that's on my, yeah, it's trauma that I experienced, because I always wonder, like, why did that happen to me? And I'll tell you why I think it happened to me. And sorry, and I'll finish up, but you probably need to know this. Like, so I have a history of addiction, and at that time in 2010, I was in the worst part of my addiction ever. Like until like in 2012, 2015, I really cleaned myself up, But like in 2010, if I would have kept going the way I was going, I would have been dead or in jail. So I feel like that incident happened as like a wake up call to me too. I don't know.
When did this happen? 2010?
New Year's Eve of 2010.
Okay. I'm just curious in regards to like, no.
It was my Saturn return, or yeah, I think they call that, they call that your Saturn because I was 30 years old. There's a lot of other stuff happened. I had an ex-girlfriend die that year too, and my uncle died that year too. He killed himself, and my
Oh my God,
ex-girlfriend
that's
died.
big
Yeah,
year.
my ex-girlfriend died of an overdose. Not one of my ex-girlfriends, like she was, but it was weird because she was like a best friend. We had been friends since like high school, and we dated twice. We dated in high school, and then we dated like later on, in our 20s. And I told her I couldn't be with her because I was in love with someone else. And I introduced her to someone, and I thought she'd be safe, and then she ended up doing drugs and she died. So,
You want to make an appearance?
oh, is that your cat?
Yeah. Yeah. Here, you're a star. You're a star. You're on TV. You're on
Oh,
TV.
she's foreign. Is it a she?
Yeah. Yep. Okay. So we just looked at, as you were talking, I pulled one of the karmic wounds from the shoulders, which is carrying the burdens of the self. And you were literally talking about, so like basically, like if you have, if you hit somebody, even if it wasn't your fault, that's like a heaviness on your own being.
Yeah.
But this is also from a past life experience as well. So another reason why it happened was because it's something along these same lines has happened before. So let me just find what the other one is here. Is the second one in the shoulders on the list? Okay, so is it over responsibilities, carrying the burdens of others, carrying the burdens of the world, carrying the burdens of oneself, self-imposed limitations? Self-imposed limitations is the next one. And then we've got one in the brow. So the third eye chakra, the brow, is it distrust? Distrust or disbelief in self, distrust or disbelief in others, disbelief in doctrine or dogma, shock, confusion, denial, denial towards self, denial towards actions, denial of what? Denial of what? It's denial of joy. Denying the self joy. There's something to do here. So when I pull this, these kinds of karmic wound packages, they tell a story. Do we want to do that right now, guides? No, we're gonna move on, just to make it, just to fit everything that we need to fit in. Okay, so can we clear these karmic wounds? Can we clear them now? All right. So from the great I am that I am, we call upon the angels. Here's the point where you close your eyes. From the great I am that I am, we call upon the angels of the violet flame, the masters and mothers who sit on karmic board and offer us karmic absolution. We ask you to blaze, saturate, concentrate violet fire now into, through, and around all of Rob's chakras, clearing, cleansing, absolving, dissolving, resolving these 6 karmic wounds that we have just named. Barahara, kotonda sechele kitara nabodo sandele kiara. Ala sundara gidesende ushwala hale le makotoranda serekiatorkum. Calling in 7th dimensional frequencies and above to move into any voids we may have created. Bako randa tesele kotoshala elakila amagundo de osrokum. All right, beloveds, are we complete with this? Is it appropriate to move on? Do you wish to clear and resolve, integrate, anchor, empower, enlighten, empower, enlighten? I am affirmation, mantra, Mahatma frequency, universal law, disc from page 1, disc from page 2, disc from page 3. Okay, do you want to give Rob the disc of soul alignment, Metatron's cube, Okay. All right. So Rob, now I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. I'm going to imagine that you're breathing light into your crown chakra, breathing it all the way down to your root chakra, and then sending it all the way down into the earth while I do this next one, okay?
Okay.
All right. So we call upon Metatron's cube to activate, and spin through all of Rob's body, chakras, meridians, cells of his being now, aligning any and all misaligned or distorted energies of a foreign vibration to his own soul, monad, and vibration, all energies of not of his own soul lineages, aligning them to the central Vulcan wheel within the earth and magnetically and electronically encapsulating them now. Reforming them to their original blueprint as they are transported into the center of the earth and brought into the now time. Amen. Aho. Okay.
I keep my eyes closed?
I was just going to say, you can just do that until you feel complete with it.
That was great. I could feel the energy going through. That was great. This is amazing.
Awesome. All right, loves. Is it appropriate to move on? Is it, do you wish to clear and resolve? Do you wish to clear and resolve? Do you wish to integrate or anchor? Do you wish to empower or enlighten? Empower, enlighten. I am affirmations, mantras, Mahatma frequencies, universal laws, discs, another disc from page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5, a disc from page 5. Do you want to give Rob the disc of endless possibility, the disc of manifest destiny, the disc of manifest destiny? From the great I am that I am, we call upon the disc of manifest destiny now to activate, and spin through all of Rob's body, chakras, meridians, and cells of his being now. activating the divine blueprints of the divine plan, aligning the grid words, timelines, and synchronicities, opportunities, invitations, welcoming in the up-levelment of the divine plan and the divine path for his life to express in the most joyful, prosperous and abundant way. All right. Are we complete with this? And is it appropriate to move on? Do you wish to clear and resolve, integrate, anchor, empower, enlighten, purification? Purification. Here we go. Levels. Is it in the levels? Is it unwanted themes? Is it human miscreations? How many? 1, 2, 3, 3, 2 human miscreations.
Now, what's a human miscreation? I don't want to knock you off your game here, but like, can you tell what is?
Just find it first, and then I'll tell you what they are.
Okay.
So we have got 2 is the first one between the numbers of 1 through 10, 10 through 20, 20 through 30, 20 through 25, 25. First one is number 25. And the second one is between the numbers of 1 and 20, 20 and 30, 20 and 25. So 25, 26, 27, 28, number 28. So 25 and 28. Okay. So human miscreations are external energies in the energy bodies, in the auric field. They are created by your soul in a prior life, which is limiting to your expansion. They basically are like the creation of fears, glamours, belief systems that kind of take on a life of their own and then want to recreate themselves or feed themselves. So one of them is the energy of, for you specifically, what's coming up is the energy of projection as an external energy. And so it creates the experience of your unresolved internal issues or dysfunctional behaviors to be projected upon others. So blaming or accusing others that are expressing behaviors that you yourself don't recognize that you do.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and again, this is an external energy, and basically what it is it's keeping you from seeing any dysfunctional behaviors in your own being that would need your attention to shift and change by placing the blame on other people. Projection. And then the next one is it's called sensitive negatives. So this is like an energetic in the auric field that creates this kind of belief system that I'm too sensitive to go outside. I'm too sensitive to eat this or that or go into big crowds or this or that. And like, I'm too sensitive to open up my spiritual current. It's a fear of allowing yourself like to be exposed, a fear that like perhaps if you come out in a way that you're seen in a larger way, that you might get under attack. Yeah. So let's just get rid of these. From the great I am that I am, we call upon the Purification Council of the Great Divine Director, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, Sananda Christ, Lady Isis, and Mother Gaia to assist and support us now to clear Rob's energy field. No, to assist and support us to spin the violet alchemical wheels to clear Rob's energy field of any and all human miscreation energy. Calling in 7-dimensional frequencies and above to move into any voids we may have created. Beloveds, are we complete with the clearing of the human miscreations? And is it appropriate to move on to clear and resolve, integrate, anchor, empower, enlighten, purification, dispensation, DBD, chapters 1 through 6, chapter 6 through 10, chapter 10, 11, 12, chapter 12. Right, chart 50, chart 50, chart 51, chart 52, chart 52, chart 53, chart 52. On chart 52, are we looking at numbers 1 through 6? Numbers 1 through 6, number 6, 7, 8, 9, number 9, unfulfilled life purpose. Okay. So in the Akashic records you have, and this actually goes directly to what we were clearing in the karmic wounds, unfulfilled life purpose. We all hold an internal desire to complete whatever lessons and accomplishments we came here into each incarnation to achieve. Ultimately, they are designed to assist us in awakening to full self-realization. We accomplish this through the function of forgiveness and the extension of love. Where you hold guilt of what you did or didn't do, you are keeping yourself from fulfilling your true purpose of returning to the awareness of yourself as love. So unfulfilled life purpose in a past life, we have this purpose that we're going to achieve. We imagine that we're going to do it, and then something happens in our lifetime and we don't get to do it. So then we create, I actually just in the Akashic record this past month, when I did the group Akashic record, it was exactly this theme, unfulfilled life purpose, and then carrying that into the next life, which obviously with the with the karmic wounds that we just cleared was the blocks to the public recognition, carrying the burdens of yourself, self-imposed limitations. So I'm going to invite you now to repeat after me, Rob. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. By divine decree.
By divine decree.
In the name of my divine presence.
In the name of my divine presence.
Under the universal laws.
Under the universal laws.
Of love, grace, truth.
Of love, grace, truth.
Karma, forgiveness, oneness.
Karma, forgiveness, oneness.
Divinity and liberty.
What was the first one?
Divinity and liberty.
Divinity and liberty.
I now break.
I now break.
All vows, contracts, and agreements.
All vows, contracts, and agreements.
I may have made across all time, space, and dimension.
I may have made across all time, space, and dimension.
To never allow myself.
To never allow myself.
To feel the joy.
To feel the joy.
Love and presence.
Love and presence.
Of my divine connection.
Of my divine connection.
And due to the fear.
Due to the fear.
That I am unworthy of reconnection.
That I am worthy of reconnection.
Due to the experience.
Due to the experience.
Of a failed mission.
Of a failed mission.
Take some long, slow, deep breaths now. Continue to repeat after me, please, with gratitude.
With gratitude.
I assist all the record keepers.
I assist all the record keepers.
To stamp complete.
To stamp complete.
On every Akashic page.
On every Akashic page.
That holds the history around.
That holds the history around.
Unfulfilled life purpose.
Unfulfilled life purpose.
I willingly let go of attachment to this now.
I willingly let go of attachment to this now.
Releasing myself and all others.
Releasing myself and all others.
Affected by this belief pattern.
Affected by this belief pattern.
All associated contracts, vows, and agreements are now completed. All associated contracts.
All associated contracts,
vows, and agreements
vows, and agreements
are now completed.
are now completed.
Through divine grace and forgiveness,
Through divine grace and forgiveness,
all relationships involved
all relationships involved
are healed and unified.
are healed and unified.
I now create only love-based lessons
only love-based lessons
and experiences
and experiences
that fulfill my ultimate purpose
and fulfill my ultimate purpose
for the highest good of all.
for the highest good of all.
Take some long, slow, deep breaths into your brow chakra, in through the brow and out through the root chakra, please. Okay, beloveds, are we complete with this? And is it appropriate to move on? Do you wish to clear and resolve, integrate, anchor, empower, enlighten? Empower, enlighten. I am affirmation, mantra, Mahatma frequency, universal law, disc, wheel, extended package between the pages of 1 through 10, 10 through 20, 10 through 15, page 15, page 16, page 17, page 18, page 18. Do you wish to give Rob the golden feather, the silver feather, the rainbow angelic feather, the angelic whispers? Golden, silver, rainbow. Rainbow. Okay. Closing your eyes for this one, please. We call upon the rainbow angelic feather of love to activate, and to dance through all of Rob's cells, chakras, meridians, and energetic bodies to create the joyful upliftment in his life. As this feather sweeps through every dimension simultaneously, healing and restoring all that it touches to open to the divine. Opening and clearing energies that are in the unseen world of your energy bodies that may be creating blockages to joy, truth of your divine spirit manifesting here on earth. Are we complete with this? Are we complete with this? Are we complete with this? Is it appropriate to move on? Do you wish to clear and resolve, integrate, anchor, empower, enlighten, purification, dispensation of purification, dispensation of recalibration, divine fires, Shakti frequencies, between the numbers of 1 through 5, 5 through 10, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Shakti frequency number 9. Manifestation. So interesting. Okay, closing your eyes once again, we call upon Rob's divine presence, his higher self and divine presence to activate, and anchor the Antakarana pillar through his being now. And so, Rob, if you would, just imagining a beautiful pillar of light coming down from above, and we'll just invite you to breathe it into your crown chakra, all the way down into the heart of the earth. As I now call in Amaji Angelique Kumara, Amaji Angelique Kumara, Amaji Angelique Kumara's divine presence to activate, and anchor the Violet Alchemy pillar through this Violet Alchemy temple. Kiharaha soromaha joho sande eutoshe alamagodo de saragida husomaguate elekesholokom, and to bring forth the Shakti frequency of manifestation, the peach Shakti frequency of manifestation now. And now imagining, Rob, this plasma, this peach kind of plasma light. Start to breathe in peach plasma light and breathe it into the cells of your body. Goloho, lamaita, raho sonde ushwalaka, labadonda gida sanjalako randa de satorokom. Calling in the peach Shakti frequency of manifestation to activate, expand, empower, enrich, and support Rob in all ways of manifesting his divine mission, his divine purpose, and his life's fulfillment here on earth. Giharo undo desanyata rota timbiotsottedeara alongoe mahohorande ushwangi rano soromalekum. Are we complete with this? Are we complete with this? And is it appropriate to move on? Do you wish to clear and resolve, integrate or anchor, empower, enlighten, purification, dispensation, DBD, Louise Hay? Do you wish to clear and resolve? Do you wish to integrate or anchor? Do you wish to empower or enlighten, purification, dispensation, DBD, Louise Hay? Are we complete with this session? Okay. Are we complete with this session? Are we complete with this intention? Okay. Is there anything else we need to do for Rob? Is he 100% in exotonal alignment? Is he 100% etherically present? Is there anything else we need to bring forward for him today? Okay, beloveds, we wanted to ask just a question in regards to Rob's situation with the bumps in his bed and his shoulder. Is there anything that we need to do to heal and or clear that at the moment? Is he doing that himself with the force field of protection prayer? Is there anything else that he can do? The force field of protection prayer is the medicine for this. Is there anything else at the moment? Is there anything we need to be aware of at the moment? Okay. Then we wish to give thanks. We give thanks. We give thanks. We ask that Rob's guides continue to watch over, guide, and protect him on his journey, and may all that we have received here today be fully sealed by the divine. Amen. Aho. Amen. Aho. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Wow, that was amazing.
So fun. Yeah. They kept it light, but very interesting just going over this. And this is what I love about it is like I'm using this pendulum and it's taking me all over the place with all these different materials. But the theme of this was, and not what we intended, but the theme of this was clearing the blocks to public recognition, clearing the self-imposed limitations, clearing denial of joy, clearing that theme of unfulfilled life purpose, and then bringing in all of these energies to support you to manifest your life purpose.
Who's Louise Hay? Someone said that in the chat too. Who's Louise Hay?
Louise Hay, you guys, is the founder of Hay House Publishing, and Hay House Publishing is the publisher that publishes all of the spiritual books. Well, not all of them, but a great deal of spiritual books. But Louise Hay wrote this book in 1984. If you've never seen it before, it's You Can Heal Your Life. She's got this beautiful 1980s hairdo. Okay. And inside of this book is a list of all of the body parts and the probable cause for an issue, and then a new thought pattern. So she from in 1984, like this was like one of the first law of attraction books that ever came out. You Can Heal Your Life. And she assigned probable causes for the physical body issues with an energetic. So let's take an example. Rob, do you have an ache or a pain on your body anywhere?
I have some cysts, like this kind of showed up recently. Would that be kind of something?
Actually, there might be one for cysts. Let me see. It's really interesting. It's a great question.
Man, that knocked me out. By the way, I was like starting to like fall asleep like as we were doing. I think it like I don't know. It was in a good way though, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very the frequencies, especially the Shakti frequency at the end, the frequencies are really heavy. They're light, but they're heavy on the physical body. They want to turn the mind off, which is going to sleep, so that they
Yeah,
can really do the work.
I noticed like when I was like I was like falling asleep and I was breathing real heavy. I was like, whoa, what's going on? And then I kind of snapped out. I was like, whoa, like that was pretty amazing. Like, you know, I don't know what that. I mean, that was really interesting.
If you have time to take a little nap after this, just give yourself like 15 minutes to integrate.
Yeah,
So
my next show is until 5 p.m. Eastern, so I have 2.5 hours from now. You know, so
cool.
I should. Yeah.
So for an example, for Louise Hay, cysts are in here, and it says the probable cause for, like the energetic cause for cyst is running the old painful movie. Nursing hurts, a false growth. And the affirmation is the movies of my mind are beautiful because I choose to make them so. I love me. The movies of my mind are beautiful because I choose to make them so.
Wow, that's amazing.
Does that relate? Running the old painful movie in your mind?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. This is a very interesting book, guys. If you don't have it, you should get it. It's got it's got powerful sort of tools for manifestation of all the different things and areas of your life, and then these beautiful affirmations here. So I keep this and a bunch of different stuff around me when I'm doing Violet Alchemy, and sometimes the guides tell me to like pull something out of here, like one of these affirmations out of here for the person, or a mantra from a different book. So yeah. So here's the caveat, Rob. This is what we need to tell everybody when they have a Violet Alchemy session. The healing session is over, but the healing has just begun. So the healing was initiated in this session. And then over the course of, let me ask actually, how long of a period of time does Rob need for the integration of this session? 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? Okay, so over the next 2 weeks, you are going to have your healing experiences. So that's why I said take a nice nap if you can. Give yourself 15 minutes if you can. But let the energies and the frequencies kind of move deeply into the body. And then what will happen is over the next few weeks, you will become sort of self-aware of old programs that are running. You'll have these aha moments. You'll find maybe that you're just doing things more creatively, like things are just opening up for you. So it's hard to say in a definitive way what will happen, but this energetically shifts you, and moving forward as it integrates, your life begins to shift and change around you.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah. Well, thank you. Well, thank you so much. This is amazing. Like, wow. I'm blown away. I am. I'm really happy we did this, you know?
Me too. Me too. So yeah. So next time we come on, I'd love to hear what happened.
Yeah, we can do it. Maybe we can do another show in July if you want. You know.
Yeah, that sounds great. That'll be fun. We'll talk about what happened and for you, and whatever else we want to talk about. And sky's the limit. So fun.
Yeah, and I put the promo code in the chat again, guys. If you guys want to connect with Zara and you can get her services, you know. And do you want to tell people again how they can do that? I just put the promo code in the chat.
Yeah, so we did. So hi everybody. So anybody that's interested in receiving a Violet Alchemy session, they are very, very powerful, transformative healing sessions, and they work specifically with your energy field and what's needed most in your life. And we created a special promo code for Typical Skeptic Podcast, which is TS Podcast 50. So you can go to zarastarchild.com, go to the services tab. You'll find the you'll find the Violet Alchemy Healing there, and you can book a session. And if you are feeling like you want to book, there's a 3-pack that we haven't really, I think it's in the shop. There's a 3-pack. So if you're wanting more than one session, it might be worth getting the 3-pack because there's a discount on it already. And then if you use the promo code, it's like 3 sessions for the price of 2. But for that, you'll just need to email me because I don't think we created the promo code to activate for that service. So
yeah. And do you want to give them your email? Or
it is zarastarchild@gmail.com.
that's awesome.
At gmail.com.
Wow. Well, thank you so much. And this was amazing. Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for that opportunity. I really wanted to play and do this online sometime. So thanks for being vulnerable and allowing people to see your beautiful heart.
Thanks. And we'll do another show in July. We'll do a follow-up. I think I'm supposed to go to a conference July 15th through the 18th. I don't know if I'm going yet. I'm trying to do it. Like I'm like putting it together, but like, you know, I'm gonna plan my month around that. Like as I'm gonna plan as if I'm going, and then, you know, so
What's the conference?
It's called the Full Disclosure Now Conference. It's for like people who, it's like a lot of people who are like secret space experiencers, target individuals, military abductees, alien abductees, UFO people, psychics, healers, experiencers. It's been run by Brian Singh. It's the second year of it. I went last year and I was involved, and I basically interview all the people that are speaking. Like Laura Eisenhower is going to be there, Miles Johnson from the Basis Project. I mean, like Brad Olson's going to be there. You know, like I just had those 3 people on my show like in the last month. You know, and you know it's and then you know, like my friend Matthew Morning is going to be there. He's a healer too. He does like energy healing, like. So it's like a smorgasbord of people. Sean Vaughn's going to be there and his girlfriend. You know, so it's like an amazing opportunity. I'm trying to manifest it. Like, you know, I'm saving up though. I'm getting close. You know, and I even have a way down there already, and like a plan on how to get there, and I can split a room with someone. So
you got this. It's happening.
Yeah.
You'll be there. See yourself there already.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I look at you the way when you were able to manifest, like how you said you were able to manifest your lake house. I'm like, that's amazing that people were able to do that, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I bought a new journal. Oh, where is it? I have like a special journal that I like to use. And I'm starting a new manifestation. I don't know where the journal is. It's in the other back, but yeah. I'm starting a new manifestation, just writing what it is and already happening as if it's already happening.
That's amazing.
You know, one of those, I'll give you another really quick one in regards to manifestation. There was a period of time in my life where I spent like $4,000 on one of those year-long spiritual courses, right? So it was like this big investment for myself at the time, $4,000. And my teacher lived in Egypt. And maybe like 6 months into this course, I find out that she's coming to New York to do a retreat literally down the street from me, like a block or 2 away from where I was living. And it was $1,200. And I was like, I don't have $1,200. I can't go to this. I was so upset. I was heartbroken. And I'm like, no, I'm going. And so I decided that every time I thought to myself, I can't go because I don't have the money or I can't afford it, I took a pen and paper and I wrote down, I can go to this retreat and pay all my bills, like Bart Simpson on the chalkboard. And I just wrote it over and over. I can go to this retreat and pay all my bills over and over and over again until the feeling in me shifted, right? From I can't do it to I can do it. And by the time it came for registration, I still didn't have the money, but I was like, fuck it, I'm going. My mortgage isn't going to get paid this month. So I signed up, I registered. And 2 days later, I got a check in the mail for the retreat was $1,200. I got a check for like $900 from like overpaid taxes or something ridiculous.
Wow. That's so cool.
It's very, very cool. It works.
Wow. I'm going to start doing it. I
Yeah.
mean, I even already have money saved up, So
Yeah.
I'm on my way, like, you know what I mean? I'm halfway there. I just got to get the other half of my money, and then I'll be like, because like for me, it's like I don't know if you're like this, but like when I travel, like I don't want to travel and like not worry if I can like afford to go out for breakfast. You know what I mean? Like if I'm going to travel and go to this conference, which is in Florida, I want to make sure I can like not live it up, but at least have fun. I don't want to have to worry about like, can I wake up and go to Starbucks for coffee? Like I'm not going if it's going to be like that. You know what I mean? I want to go and have fun. I want to be able to go out to dinner and like and stuff like that and like just have a blast. Like I don't want to have to worry about money and like, you know what I mean? Like that's kind of like the way I look at it. Because like my friend Amy said to me the other day, my Amy said to me, she's like, dude, she's like, I have a friend you can sleep on his couch. I was like, that's a great offer, Amy, but like I was like, my last year, my room was overlooking the ocean. You know what I mean? Somehow we manifested that. Like, ooh, I didn't drop my drink, but I was like, I'd kind of like that again. You know what I mean? I'm not like, yeah, I don't know. You know what I mean? I just don't want to, I don't. Yeah, if that makes any sense. I don't know.
Go with like the highest expectations, but then just go, even if you're
Yeah.
sleeping on some guy's couch. I've done both ways of travel. I actually went to Ireland this was a million years ago, to hitchhike around Ireland, and when I got there, I realized I had like $26, like my budget was $26 a day. And it was
Wow.
insane. It was insane. I was like, what have I done? I relied on the kindness of strangers, but it was tight. There was a lot of walking and a lot
Yeah.
of soup.
How many places have you been around? How many places have you been to around the world?
I've done a lot of traveling.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
England, Ireland, France, Europe, Bali, Egypt, Australia.
Wow, that's amazing.
I've been around. It's been awesome. It's been a great life. Stonehenge, the pyramids. Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. What was the pyramids like? Did you feel any special energy when you were there?
Not particularly at the pyramids. We went. Egypt was one of those paradoxes. Like it was amazing and also horrible. It was just like amazing, like to be in the presence of these temples, and the architecture that you could see was just like magnificent. And it's located in like a city where, like, just outside of the temple structure, there's like pregnant women sleeping in the middle of a traffic circle. You know what I mean? Like this, and the starvation and the deprivation and
Oh,
the
that's cool. Yeah.
filth. And it's like, how did it happen? Like, how could it have been so incredibly spectacular and amazing to what it is now? Like, it's kind of like mind blowing. It's
Yeah.
mind blowing because there was so much wealth, so much opulence, um, at one time, and now it's not at all. It's really sad, actually. But
Yeah.
I had very powerful experiences in some of the temples. I mean, I had some powerful experiences in the pyramids, but it compared, or it was less than, in one of I think it's the Temple of Karnak. There's a Sekhmet
Yeah, the
sculpture.
goddess segment.
They
Yeah.
call it the living Sekhmet. It hasn't been moved for thousands of years. It's stayed in that spot since early Egyptian times. So this statue is like a life-size Sekhmet, and it's black stone, and that thing is incredible. That thing is incredible. We went there. They have because it's a Muslim based religion in Egypt. They don't allow you to sit and meditate in any of these places, or close your eyes or sing. Like, they don't want you to awaken the old gods at all. They don't
Yeah.
want you to connect to the old gods. So what we did was we had earplugs, earphones in, and our teacher would be speaking to us through our earphones, and we had to like walk around with our eyes open and meditate at the same time. So it was tough. That was not easy.
You know, I always say this. I say this in like every show. I was like a big fan of like Anthony Bourdain, but like I used to watch his show where he would go to a different place every week, like way back in like 2005 or 2008. And I always wanted to do that. That's why I always ask people about their travel experiences. But someone like you, who's like spiritually awake and you got to travel these places, it's a lot better, because that's what I would want to do. I want to eventually take my show and do stuff like that. Like I want to like cover my show live, but like go to like all these places that we're talking about, you know what I mean? And like do a travel show, but like include like travel culture, but like also like, you know, all the alien stuff, all the, you know, all the historical sites, like, you know, that's kind of like what I don't know. I got to get out of this studio here. You know?
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, I want to do some. I want to do some travel, also, like some sacred travel. Like, let's go. Basically, I teach Awakening Your Light Body, and with the Awakening Your Light Body course, we teach people how to work with the grids of light, above the earth, like in human consciousness, but also the grids of light in the earth. And do we have time for me to keep talking?
Yeah.
So, ages ago, when I first took this course myself, immediately after I took this course, I was sent by my job at the time to South Africa. And I did my job there, and then I stayed like an extra 10 days or so to look at some spiritual sites. And there's a lot more to this, but I'll just make it brief. I hired a spiritual guide, a psychic clairvoyant, to take me up to some of these spiritual sites. There's this amazing guy, for anybody who's interested. There's this guy named Dean Laprini in South Africa. I don't know what his website is at the moment, but Dean Laprini, Laprini. He mapped out all of these ancient prehistoric geological structures like Stonehenge, but they're not. They're South African. There's these amazing stone guardian faces carved into all of the mountains of South. Wow. Everywhere you look, you can see these giant of Cape Town is where I'm talking about, around Cape Town. Anyways, so we went up there, and this woman took me up this hike that had some significance to it. And there was a point where I was like, I need to sit down here for a minute. I need to meditate. And I was guided to sit, and I was guided to put light into the grid of the area of this valley that we were sitting at. And so I did that. And then I was like, okay, ready to walk on. And so she brings me to this cave, which is at the bottom of this mountain. And I have another like experience. I'm having this incredible experience with the earth. And I turn around after crying with the earth, because I'm feeling like the Gaia love. I turn around, I've got black all over my face. And she said, there's these beings here. She was clairvoyant. She said, these beings here. They're really tall, and they're kind of this golden light. I've never seen them before. And I said, yeah, I think those are with me. At the time, I wasn't clairvoyant. I'm still not super clairvoyant, more telepathic. I said, yeah, those are with me. And she said, well, they told me to tell you, this is what my early days, I wasn't confident in what I was doing. She said, they showed me this golden grid of light over the valley, and they wanted me to tell you that I saw the golden grid of light over the valley. And I was like, oh shit, that's what I was just doing. I was just doing this golden grid of light over the valley. And they said, and she said, and they told me to tell you the significance of what this valley is. And so I was like, okay, I'm listening. And she said that at the bottom of this valley, which you could see from where we were, there was a city on the ocean. And she said that city has the highest suicide rate in the whole country.
Wow.
And so I was like, just blown away. I was just blown away, because I was sent to this place on an all expense paid from my job at the time. I did the grid work in the valley, and then she turned around. She didn't know what I was doing. I was doing it silently. She turned around and said, there's grid work, this grid work of light in the valley, and this is the suicide capital of the whole country.
Wow. That's amazing that you were able to do that grid work there. That's amazing.
But that's what, when you talk about spiritual travel, that's what my interest is, to like gather people that have these light body skills or that want to learn these light body skills and go do stuff like that. Like feel into what Gaia needs and where Gaia needs what, and work with the grids.
That's amazing. Yeah, that it is. I mean, I have so many friends that do grid work too. Like do you know who Indigo Angel is? Do you follow her? Oh, she does. She's like a grid work. She does grid work missions and stuff like that. And then my friend Priscilla does grid work too. She comes on my show too. I just think a lot of people are being called to do grid work. It's like it's becoming a thing. It's really becoming a thing.
We're repairing the energy lines. I was reading a long time ago this guy that was, I can't remember who it was, if it was the guy Melchizedek or I'm not sure, but he was called to travel all over the place and sort of plant crystals in the earth to help the grids of the earth, the energy lines of the earth repair themselves.
Wow.
It's fascinating. And I don't know if I told you in this last session, but we're getting together. I think it's on July 10th is the first Transmissions of Grace World Service ceremony. So you'll find that on my website on zarastarchild.com. But that's like, it's set up as a sliding scale, $1 to $111, whatever you want to contribute. And the contribution is mostly for outreach efforts. But basically, we're trying to collect light workers and grid workers around the world to bring transmissions of grace into the earth and to clear the astral fogs of glamour from the astral realm for humanity. So Spirit Commission, 13 moons, 13 moons, 13 ceremonies. And so July is our first one. And it's going to be a world service global project. So I'm excited about it.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah. Well, let's do another show before your July 10th show. Like I can do it if you want. I haven't even scheduled anything for July. Because I've been so busy this month. I've been doing like 2 shows a day, and today I have 4. So it's it's a really busy day because I don't turn anybody. I don't like to turn a lot of people down. Like, and I like scheduled this session like with you like in like the last few days, and then I scheduled another show with someone else yesterday for tonight at 8 p.m. And then I have a show at 6 p.m. tonight. So, so it's just a busy day. It's like, I got to find time to, I still got to upload other, upload episodes to other sites, not to upload the audio episodes.
Yeah,
and I have to get
all the tech stuff on top of it. Yeah.
It's insane. I'm like a one-person army. I do all this myself,
What's your sign,
I
Rob?
do everything myself,
What's your sign?
I'm a Capricorn.
Okay. All right. You're a worker.
I was born January 11th, 1980.
I love Capricorns. My best friends are Caps. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Do you know anything about your human design?
No. You mean like with my ethnic heritage or something like that, or
no? Like, so the human design takes your astrology and tells you what your auric type is and how your auric type works in the energy of the world. So
no, I don't know anything about it.
Generator. I'll give you somebody to interview. I'll send you her information. A human design guru out in California.
Yeah, I'm looking for people for July, everybody. So if people in the audience are listening right now, I'm looking for people in the interview in July. I need, I'm always looking for new people and past guests too. So whoever wants to come on, just get a hold of me. I'll get back to you. If I can't get back to you today or tomorrow, I will get back to you. I've been overwhelmed. I need to take a nap now after this show.
You need to take a nap. That was a big session, whether you know it or not.
No, it was. I was starting to go out in the session, like, and I felt myself breathing really heavy, and I was like, wow, this is intense. I was like, but it's all for the good. It's like, this is like a good intense. Like, and so I have to really thank you. Like, that was really amazing. Like, I'm really impressed,
Yeah. It's fun. It's good stuff. I'm impressed over and over again because I'm just like the channel for it. So when it's all laid out at the end of the session, and I'm like, that is like incredibly perfectly orchestrated. Like it's just amazing to me every time.
Yeah, yeah, and the way you speak light language and you mix it in with what you're doing, it's amazing. Like, you know, you're really able to, like, you know, those tones are coming from somewhere else. It's like you're channeling information. You know, it's really amazing. Like you were really in sync, or, you know, in the zone. You know, it's yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Would you want to tell people one more time where they can find you? And thank you, everybody, for tuning in today.
ZaraStarchild.com will have all the information you need. The Grace Transmissions is on there if you want a Violet Alchemy session. TS for Typical Skeptic. TS Podcast 50 will get you $50 off your first Violet Alchemy session. If you want to get a 3-pack, email me and we'll take, and that's like 3 for the price of 2.
Okay. Awesome.
All right, loves.
All right. I'll see you soon. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I'll see you guys at 6 p.m. Eastern. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.